How old are you?
Age is just a number. I was involved in Bulgarian nightlife. I used to be the person who organized parties, you know. I was very fascinated by the Asian guys, by the way. Personal happiness is something very personal, you know.
Do you believe that there's only two genders? Yeah.
You're very sneaky.
Would you rate AUBG from 1 to 10?
Sport is mandatory.
But which students are in trouble, in your opinion?
I know that you want me to spill the tea.
Have you ever been in love?
You didn't ask me if I attended university.
Do you read AUBG Spotted? Let's go inside. Hello, Galin.
Hi, Sava.
It's nice to meet you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Firstly, we want to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 36 years old.
Years young, right?
Yeah, you could say so,
Yeah.
of course. It's very important to put it this way.
Yeah,
Because, you know, at some point you understand that age is just a number.
of course.
Yes.
Which city are you coming from?
I'm from a small town in the northeast part of Bulgaria. It's called Popovo. It's around 10,000 inhabitants. Very typical Bulgarian small town.
For how many years do you work here in AUBG?
Well, actually, I've started recently. It's my 7th month, I would say.
7th month?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I'm a newbie as well, freshman.
Yeah. Do you like it here so far?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you decided to come here?
It just happened, you know. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you content right now? Are you satisfied?
Yes, I am. It's always amazing when you're surrounded with, you know, young energy,
Yeah.
because this reminds you that life is an ongoing journey, you know. So you don't have to settle. I mean, it's good to have some comfort, but you don't have to settle. And this particular age that is present here, it's, I would say, arguably the best age for achieving anything in life. It's the drive and the motivation and everything. I love it.
If it's not a secret, what have you been doing before AUBG?
Yeah, well, that's a long and I would say complicated question, you know. I've been doing quite a few things, but if we start from the most recent events, I was involved heavily in Bulgarian nightlife. Yes,
Nightclubs?
nightclubs.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So you like it here better?
Was that?
You like it here better than
Yes, I
AUBG?
do.
Yeah?
I do. Because at some point you get too much out of certain things.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter if it's interesting and, you know, nice. At some point,
Yeah.
one's soul just needs some peace
Yeah.
and something more, how should I define it? Something more purposeful, you know. Even though we're Balkans and we like we
Yeah.
like life in general,
Yeah.
enough is enough at some point.
I can imagine that partying and being involved in a job that is in entertainment is different things, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
having fun while partying is other thing from working there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because like if you have a job, if you, or I should put it, if you commit to something, in my opinion, the first most important thing is the discipline and the professionalism to apply it. So when I say I used to work in party life, people think that I had this endless party nights and everything, but for me it was like a small project management, you know. I was always engaged. I had to make sure that the guests are doing fine, everybody's happy, and the place for my personal happiness was at the very best end, you know. If I mean, sometimes it would actually, for a person who works in this field, the job can be quite overwhelming and stressful.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind that you're dealing with, I would put it like unsober people, you know.
Yeah, intoxicated.
Intoxicated, yeah, absolutely. So it's challenging, yeah. It's challenging.
Right now, what would you say is the best part of your job, being a whole director of Skaptopara?
Well, I've never been an orthodox person, you know. So for me, how I understand and take this job is that I'm a bit older than you, so I would like to be a good example about things. Honestly, it's a certain dualism coming out at certain points, because I used to be the person who organized parties,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm put in this light
Yeah.
where I have to cancel them,
Yeah.
which is, I would not say that it really like makes me happy doing this, because I
Yeah.
really know what's the feeling and what the people are expecting out of this situation, but still, I mean, I'm here to give a good example.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, I try to be in one's shoes as well, but still do my job, because that's why I'm here.
Professionalism.
Yes, I think it's very important, one, to develop it as early as he can.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this doesn't make you a boring person, especially a man, you have to stay behind your words
Mm-hmm.
always, and this will open a lot of doors.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I remember a certain story how you been engaging with Georgians one time, and then the next day you find them. Yeah, not many people know this story. So this is an example how like professional life and personal relations are not the same, right?
Yeah, for a small disclaimer, this is a bit over exaggerated, first of all.
If you
And
say so.
well,
Okay.
um, I would say that, I mean, I would like to be friendly with anyone, but um, people should know that I'm here for a reason, and certain things are, I would say, limited.
Mm-hmm.
So if everyone is, doing their job, I'm absolutely open to help, have a conversation like this and everything. But at the end of the day, I'm here to do my job.
Mm-hmm.
And also, as a person who has been living in this ongoing transition in my country, I would say that applying certain rules doesn't hurt, it helps. And with this, I also like to give an example how things should happen. But I don't judge the people who are willing to try and, uh, because I completely understand this age gap. When I was this age, I was, I don't want to describe it like quite problematic, but I was, a rebel,
Yeah.
most definitely. And I completely understand that people here just want to have, you know, their nice times.
Mm-hmm.
But sadly, you've agreed under certain conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also something that you're going to understand throughout life, that once you agree with certain conditions, you have to follow them, otherwise you are in a bad position. In my opinion, the 20s are very important with two reasons: to get uh, as educated as you can, because education is ongoing process. It doesn't stop at the age of 25, let's say. It's ongoing process your whole life. You have to improve slowly but steadily, constantly adding something, another language, another skill. You can never be too good in um, in soft skills and public skills. Never. This is a constant improvement. Then the second thing is to explore different countries, because actually I've went to the States twice.
Mm-hmm.
I participated in this work and travel program. But when I went, I wanted to engage as much as possible with Americans, with other nationalities, and I started realizing that how interesting it is. Certain things, certain societies accept them in one way, then the other accept them completely different. For example, I was very fascinated by the Asian guys, by the way. I used to hang out with a lot of Taiwanese guys. And I still remember up to this day a girl that we were, just walking around a bunch of people, and it was a very sunny day.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so sad. I was like, why are you so sad? Nah, this sun is too hot, I'm gonna get sunburned. And I was like, why? I mean, that's good,
Mm-hmm.
for your skin, for everything. And keep in mind that in Bulgaria, it's kind of a flex, to have this
Yeah.
brownish skin and
Yeah.
everything. It's like, no, 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 no. In my country, if you have sunburn, you're a peasant.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, like, how different
Yeah.
it is, you know. And the more you explore the world, I believe you're gonna agree, because even though the place where you were born in here, it's not that different. Yes, it has uh, some different aspect, but still, we're Slavic people, you
Yeah.
know, and everything. But I said, I realized that we are just, you know, small fractions in this universe, and we have as much impact as an ant, you know. We cannot stop the world spinning around. True happiness, in my opinion, consists of small, simple things.
Are you happy right now?
Yes, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Of course, there's always a room for improvement. But yeah, I'm happy because once you learn how to be present and happy with simple things in life, I think you're good. I think you're good. First and foremost is health. As superficial as it sounds, it's absolutely health. When you're in your early 20s, you neglect health because you have this endless energy.
Yeah.
You can pull all-nighters every other day without any consequences, without anything, you know? And you develop this fake understanding about how things are going.
You can do everything, is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
first of all. And then you kind of put yourself on the edge very often. If you do not recover, and if you do this daily habit, at some point you're gonna pay the price, and it's gonna be bad. And I'm talking about
Yeah.
from personal experience, you know.
Wise words.
I really believe that one needs to learn how to be happy alone as
Yeah.
well. But
Especially men.
yes, yes. I think, I mean, yes, there is a certain difference between the two genders, you know, but I would say that everyone needs his peace of mind.
Do you believe that there's only two genders? A bit controversial topic.
This is a
We're
tricky
an American
question.
university, by the way.
Tricky question, tricky question. You're very sneaky. I would say that
It's your
nowadays,
opinion, by the way.
everyone, well, according to the studies, biologically there are two. According to the culture and to the recent times that we live, I guess there are more. So it's up to everyone to,
Depends.
yes.
We're not an official podcast by
Yes, I
AUBG.
know. Yeah.
Can you rate AUBG? You're not studying here, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
working from your own point of view.
Yes,
Would
yes.
you rate AUBG from 1 to 10? 10 being the absolute best place in the world.
In the world.
Yeah, 10 being 1 being hell.
Well, look, in life, there's always someone better than you
Okay.
in general,
Yeah.
but I would give a solid 8 worldwide to AUBG.
Yeah, that's high.
Yes. In Bulgaria, and especially in the Balkan region, I would give it a solid 10. Because what I've seen so far from the Bulgarian universities is that they give you a very dry theory,
Yeah.
nothing in real life practice, as here you get a lot of real life practice. And I would say that once you graduate here, you have not 4 years wasted in theoretical studies, but 4 years of experience, I would say. No, I'm dead serious about this, comparing to the other Bulgarian universities.
What would you change in AUBG if you were president, let's say?
Well, I think I need more time to explore deeply.
Yeah, but right now.
Uh, Actually, I don't think I'm gonna change anything about the learning curve or everything, but I would suggest that sport is mandatory. Yes, doesn't matter if you're a sporty person or no. Sport is true health.
Yeah.
It makes you stronger, not only physically but mentally as
Yeah.
well, and it's a good getaway.
I often see you in the gym.
I've been recently seeing you as well, so I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. You've changed a bit your outfit. Well, I'm, a bit disappointed, but
Yes, had to change. Pressure, pressure.
peer pressure,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What would you say about Margie Ensign? Have you met her personally a lot?
I think she has a good energy. I haven't spent that much time with her,
Hmm.
but she is representing the university in the best possible manner, I would
Yeah.
say. Yes.
What advice would you give to current students and the students who are yet to come in our university?
Uh, okay, let's start with the current students. And in terms of what?
In terms of maybe dorms, let's say.
In terms of dorms.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're the person who know that better.
well, I would say that I mean I understand that they are into they are into a certain transition in their lives. I would put it this way: um, have fun as much as you want, but keep in mind that you're not living alone. You have, you know, other people to consider, and like make the best out of the times that you're here. You know,
Hmm.
yeah.
Was there from so months that you're working here, was there like the most interesting story, the most silliest story, if you can say it,
Well,
without saying names, of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
course?
of course, of course, of course, of course. Um, that's a hard one, by the way, you know. Look, in this age, it's very important to try to take responsibility. Like, I've been often lied about things. I don't take it personal, though, which is, in my opinion, the most important thing. But, you know, people smoking inside, doing like trying to sneak something illegal in terms of everything in general. And, you know, not taking responsibility about this. This is, you know, uh, funny for me. Yes, I know that you want me to spill the tea, but I will leave this for another time if we see
Yeah,
again.
come on. Okay, as you wish. I'm not pressuring you here, but I believe many people would like to hear like the silliest story. Maybe not to offend anyone, but I don't know.
um, I can tell you a story that has happened some time ago.
Okay?
Uh, when I wasn't present here, there was uh, there was this guy who I believe was RA.
Hmm.
So at some point he decided to adopt a cat.
Wow,
Yes. And he managed to take care of the cat for like 3 or 4 months.
really?
Yes. And actually he was caught by such a stupid incident. He just went away for a weekend or whatsoever,
Hmm.
and the cat was doing some kind of noises
Hmm.
in in the room.
Wow. How can you keep a cat for 3 months undetected? No, we were talking about happiness,
Mhm,
about people you need in life.
mhm.
And some people say that love is the happiest
Absolutely.
point of their life.
Yes.
Have you ever been in love?
Yes, I'm in love now.
Yeah?
Yes,
How's
absolutely.
that feeling?
It's amazing, man. I
Yeah.
wish everyone can experience it. The most important things in life are simple. You need to have a real friend or friends. You need to find someone who you are really, really into it, you know, to accept him or her with all their imperfections.
Hmm.
This is really important. To also accept yourself with all your imperfections, to work towards the things that you really don't like in yourself, but to accept them first. This is really important in life.
What advice would you give to young people in general? Not our students, but in
Mm-hmm.
general in
In
life.
general, well, I would say that I can say a couple of things. First of all, for the youngsters nowadays, in the times that we live in, try to make sure that you are resilient. This is really important. I mean, yes, it sounds easy. It's never easy, but it's something that it's worthy to invest in and put your efforts. Um, how? First of all, don't overcomplicate life. Stick to simple things that are proven. Um, being resilient is a cocktail of qualities, like a bundle of qualities. I would say try to empty your head, and I'm saying this once again, not to numb your head. Those two things are quite opposite. Try to empty your head. Try to accept the reality as it is, even though you don't like it. And once you accept the current reality, then you can start improving it. Being resilient is quite important because from now on, there are many difficulties expecting you, quite a lot in every aspect of life, professionally, in your family, because life consists of cycles. At some point, certain events come. For example, it's something absolutely normal, but I've lost a beloved person like a couple of years ago. And even though I was expecting it, it's never expected enough. This will shake you, and the more responsibilities that you have, the stronger it will be, the shake. It's really important that you kind of stand still and accept the situation and move on. It's really important not to dig deep.
Yeah.
I don't like comparing different generations. This, for me, it's absolutely superficial because I was a victim of this comparison.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, my parents and the older people when I was your age were people who have lived in quite different reality, man. And they tried to imply their viewing of the world, but when I was 20, it wasn't the case. Therefore, I was kind of, peer pressured, always undervalued, nothing is going to come out of you and everything, like classical things that we hear all the time. But what I've seen from the so-called old times, it's that discipline really matters. And you have to develop some kind of a discipline. Discipline doesn't mean that you have to be David Goggins.
Yeah.
But discipline means doing repetitively tasks every day under a certain schedule. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can just, buy yourself a flower and plant it every day. Doesn't matter. You just have to do consequently,
Persistence.
persistence. Because this will help you in your business. This will help you in your life to overcome difficulties. Quite a lot.
My almost last question to you is not a question, but rather a proposal. Would you say something to your future self, and let's say 10 years,
Yes.
15 years, like right now on camera? What would
Yes.
you say to yourself?
I would say keep dreaming big. Keep dreaming big. You didn't ask me if I attended university.
I didn't.
Yes,
Did
I
you?
did. I did. I did. Actually, I dropped out, but
From which university?
I was in Varna Free University, and I was studying architecture.
Really?
Yes, I also have worked in the field for a bit. My reasons were to drop out were absolutely personal because my perception about architecture, it's quite romantic, which fights with the business part of this venture. But as an art, as an science, because architecture is not, it's neither art, neither science. It's somewhere in between. There are certain principles. And one of the principles in architecture is to be able to see the big picture. This is very important in life. Architecture has taught me this. To see the big picture, you need to reevaluate, for example, in an architectural project, who are your neighbors? Who are the people that you're going to deal with? What decisions they've made? Because, for example, if you want to design a house, and you're buying a plot of land in between two existing houses, the best way to blend in is to use 50% of the materials from the first house and then the 50% of the materials from the second house. So you create something in between and it looks logical.
Yeah.
Not, for example, one house is pink, then the other is blue, and yours is
Yellow.
yellow. If this is not the approach, because, for example, there are certain cities. Also, like looking at cities, it's a big picture in general. For example, you have the Mykonos island where everything is white and blue, and there's a reason behind it. You also have small Italian towns or cities like Positano, whatever, where every house is colorful,
Yeah.
and there's a reason behind it. But you also have certain places where everything is absolutely chaotic, and there's also a reason behind it, you know?
Yes.
Therefore, you need to be able to see the big picture, I would say.
After these insightful words, really, I'm kind of ashamed to ask you, but it is my last question, I promise. Do you read AUBG Spotted?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
I do.
Because it's sometimes write about you, you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have fun with it.
What do you think about it?
I think it's in general the idea and the concept is quite good. I think that sometimes it gets like too gossipy, but I like it.
Too horny, maybe.
Well, that's the age, you know. That's the age. If you're not horny right now, there's a
Something
huge
wrong
problem
about
with you, you know. Yeah.
It was such a good conversation. I don't want to
Yeah.
end it, but I have to. Galin,
It's
thank you very
okay.
much
Thank
for
you very
being
much,
here.
man.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.